Record. All right. I'm so excited to chat with you, Amanda. So I'm curious, like, why did you join the program and what help were you looking for specifically?
Mhm. So the reason I joined the program was because um, I've always been an athletic person ever since I was a kid, like jock sports teams. And then after university, I really got into weightlifting, building muscle. I like that look and all that lifestyle. That was in my 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s. I did a couple of bodybuilding competitions in my 40s. So I kind of understood the whole eating clean concept and, the importance of cardio and building muscle, how important it is for your health. But it came to a point within the last year or two, coinciding with turning 50, that my body just wasn't responding the way that it was before when I would, cut some calories and do, more intense cardio. I was gaining weight and I was gaining weight in my midsection. I felt puffy. I was like feeling almost like depression, like my mood was down. And I partially thought, well, is this perimenopause? Is that like part of it? And, cortisol in your body changes. But I felt the more that I was pushing myself, the more I was gaining weight. And I was so tired, and not just physically tired, mentally tired. Like I just felt exhausted all the time, and then I wasn't fun, and I was losing interest in working out, which was my go-to getaway. It's my thing. Everybody knows me as Amanda works out. She's extreme. You're hardcore, and I didn't want to do that anymore. I just wasn't into it anymore, and I felt lost because I thought I was doing all the right things, eating clean, not overeating, um, not eating bad foods all the time, and working out hard, super heavy weights, hit cardio, getting a sweat, and things were just getting worse. And I felt lost. I felt like I wasn't myself in my own body anymore. And I was at the point like, okay, I am only 50. I have a long way to go. And I need to figure out what is going on here and what can I learn to make this a lifestyle change like for the rest of my life so I can do this on my own so that I don't need a coach forever to go into cycles of like losing tons of weight like for a competition, or like I don't have a competition, like I don't have an end where I'm working hard for this. I want to work hard for my life, for the rest of my life, so I can be mobile, so I can do things, so I can continue to play sports for the rest of my life and feel good inside my own body.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's such a hard thing when you don't love working out anymore because you don't have the energy and you're not seeing the progress. You're like, why am I doing this? And so you kind of lose um, your joy in it. So I guess I was going to say, like, what were your biggest struggles before joining? But it sounds like the frustration with the fact that the things that used to work were not working anymore and you were working hard and just noticing that, when you hit a certain age, it just maybe that had something to do with it. Were there any other major struggles before joining?
Well, my role at work changed. I became a supervisor, so there was a lot of added stress added onto my plate. I do work shift work, but I have been doing that, since for a year, like 18 years. So that wasn't new, but taking on the extra stress as a supervisor. So working longer hours sometimes, or just missing meals, going hours and hours without eating, and then when I do, it's just feels terrible, and after stomach pains and IBS and things like that. So definitely, yeah, I needed to learn like how do I fit my health into this stressful work environment that I'm in a proper way.
That's right. So there was like work changes and body changes happening, and it's like um, that that cumulative stress was having an effect, but you didn't know what to do about it. So do you remember like what your top three goals were before joining the program?
My top three goals: number one was to understand the cues that my body is giving me like telling me what I need and what I don't need. For example, cravings. Oh, I feel like chocolate. I feel like, something salty. But what is it actually like? What is my body trying to tell me? Like, my system is not telling me you need a chocolate bar. Like, what does it need? What am I missing out of my diet? So I wanted to learn. Um, yeah, I know what nutrition is, but more like, what is it doing for me rather than just, oh, filling me up, the proper fuel
Mhm.
for the intensity that I'm working out with. Another goal was to definitely get an understanding of cortisol metabolism and how this has changed over time, where my metabolism was really high, so of course I could, my body could handle it. My body could handle the stress. My body could handle um, how I was eating, and it wasn't really compensating. But now, when it's older, and maybe because of perimenopause, hormones change. I had no idea that my cortisol level was where it was, and I had no idea that my metabolism had dropped so low. So that was another goal of what I wanted to understand. Just educate, just a lot of education for myself. The third goal was, yes, learning that less can be more, and how to um, enjoy rest, um, and take care of listen to my body rather than punishing it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think.
It sounds like your goals were primarily around understanding what the heck is going on with my body. Like, what is it saying to me? What stage am I in? And how could less possibly be more? Like, that sounds wild to me, and it's never worked like that for me before. So, as a result of you learning what you have, like, how have you been able to overcome these struggles?
Well, definitely with my coach. So Coach Becky has been phenomenal. She's always there if I have a question, but we do our weekly check-ins. I tell her about how I'm feeling physically, but mood, how my workouts are going, things like that. And she's always very encouraging and just reassuring me that this is this is the process. Like, trust the process,
Yeah.
that your body needs to calm. As the program is, your body needs to is look you're in a survival mode. I know I'm using the key terms, but you're in a survival mode, and your body needs to get out of that and to calm down before it can reset itself to now work the way it's supposed to work, the way it's supposed to function. And that that has been a huge part of it. She doesn't tell me what to do, but she's there. If I have a question, I felt like this after I didn't drink enough water. And she's like, oh yeah, well, that's because, da, 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 it's very educational, and definitely supportive of my wins. And she's there if I had a challenge, but she's there to back me up and say, look forward. This is a long process. And that's been one of the biggest keys, I think, in this.
That is awesome. What were your fears or hesitations about joining before pulling the trigger?
So like I said, I've done competitions before with a coach, and but the competitions I did were more just prepping for a competition. So I'm just starting with a fat loss program.
Yeah.
So my workouts were all set for me, my meal plans were all set for me, and for 15 weeks, however long it was. And then once that was done, I just go back to what I was doing before, and eating, trying to eat healthy, but, eating all the things that I couldn't while I was on the program, and ballooning back and gaining all that weight back. Not necessarily like, overweight, but not maintaining properly. That's for sure. And then I wouldn't, go into another cycle for, a year and then do it back all over again, like the same cycle over and over again. So I was worried that maybe it would be something similar where it's limited. Say I sign up for 6 months, I'm provided with all the tools and everything, but am I going to be able to do this on my own, or do I have to now stick with this program, and have a coach with me for the rest of my life?
Yeah, that's
And
definitely
yeah,
the goal here is showing you how you can hit the goal, but like it doesn't mean anything if you hit it for a moment in time and then lose it all and gain, more. Um, or you like feel so deprived the whole time that of course the pendulum swings in the opposite direction. So yeah, the way the phases we have it in the program is one builds on the next and the next. And so it's to keep your metabolism strong so you have a much easier time keeping the weight off as well as making it more of a lifestyle so it does stick long term. What do you think your biggest takeaway from the program has been so far?
like I said before, learning that resting your body is, you're not losing gains. You're not losing any of the muscle you put on. Your cardio is not going to go down the whole, that my body was starving for rest. And I was almost like abusing it. So the mentality part of it, the inner work that I've had to put in has been the biggest takeaway of allowing myself being, it's okay not to work out super hard today, or it's okay to take a rest day because that's what my body needs. And I'm seeing the results from it.
Yeah, it's that positive feedback loop of like,
Yeah.
it doesn't feel right to rest, but I'm going to trust the process. And oh, I'm down a pound. And oh my God, my pants are slipping on. And like, you posted in the group how like you're looking so lean and so it's that positive reinforcement of like, okay, this is what my body needs. And I imagine your energy is better too, taking some more rest.
My energy has gone up. I don't feel that tired, like I need a nap constantly. My mood, like I was saying, I was, a bit depressed and anxiety, work and all that. But even on my days off, I was just,
Right.
just like in a ho hum, kind of mood. I have, since the first week of this program, I don't know, it's been 10 weeks, maybe 10 weeks. My mood has done a complete 180. And I can tell you, like, I wake up, I'm in like not an amazing mood all the time, but my base level is where it should be. I'm feeling mentally stable, if I can say that, coming into each and every day and throughout the day. Things don't, anxiety doesn't trigger as easily. My mind might feel anxious, but my body's not reacting to it anymore. So I feel like my body is happy. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of those anxious thoughts, it's just like a habit because you've been in fight or flight for so long. But I imagine that'll get better over time too. And I love that you said that your baseline is better. Like overall, you're in a better mood. And I think that is because, yeah, your body's nourished, it's not starving. And when your blood sugar is level, like that just makes for better moods all around. What has been your experience so far with your coach in the community as a whole?
Well, the community is great because there's people from different backgrounds, but different levels of experience and of, dieting in general, or different stages of their life. People are married, people are single, people have kids, people don't have kids. They all want to achieve something. They all have a goal, and it's to be just healthier and do something for themselves. It's a very positive atmosphere. Everybody loves to share their wins, share tips, share suggestions. And it's just extra support that you need to know that someone else is going through what I'm going through, or their struggles are similar to mine, or I went through this before. And it's just good to know that you have people in your corner that are going through the same thing and can help support you.
It's true, and like you said, people from all different walks of life, and it's fun to see women who have been in the program longer, kind of like reassuring the ones who are in month one. It's like I experienced that too, and it's this helped, and it'll pass, and all that, and for the new people to kind of look at the more seasoned people and go, oh my God, that's what happens if I stay, you know, uh,
Yeah.
longer. What's one thing you would say to people who are on the fence who might be in that same position you were before you joined?
I would say that, you know, you want to live as long as you can, but you want to live healthy and happy. And, you may be a high achieving person in your workplace or in your family life, but it's okay to ask for help and to admit that you might know a lot about nutrition and, working out, but when your body changes and you go through life changes, um, your needs change. And it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to get guidance for that. And once you start this program, I mean, for me, it was almost immediate. I could feel the changes. I knew that was the right thing that I did.
It's amazing. And remember, like you tore a hamstring doing something in the beginning, and you couldn't even like do it full out, but you just focused on the nutrition and upper body, and you still had really great success.
Yeah, so I think that was my first week. I pulled my hamstring, my own fault. It wasn't the program, it was my own fault. It was already aggravating me. And guess what? I pushed myself when I knew I shouldn't have. Lesson learned. And so that did force me to pull way back on like the physical components, my workouts, because I could walk, but that's about it. I couldn't do a lot of stuff. And it was triggering because I've just blown it. How am I gonna progress when I can't even do like half these workouts? And I was given more calories in my meals to support, the beginning process. I'm like, well, how's this going to go? And I lost like 8 pounds or something like within the first 2 weeks, and I understand it was inflammation in my body, bloating, everything that my body was holding on to. And I just couldn't believe that I hardly did anything but stick to the program, the nutrition program, and rested. That it almost made me feel sad that that's how my body was holding on to everything,
Oh,
and how I was almost like, I don't know. I just felt a little bit sad that I thought I was doing the right things, but I think I was doing more harm to my body than good. And that forced me, and my coach Becky told me, as it was a terrible thing to happen, but at the same time, maybe it was a sign of my body saying that's enough.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, you sound like that's it. I remember feeling like that too when I pushed my body so hard for so long and it really pushed back and then when I like kind of threw up my hands and like, learned a different way to support my hormones and that whole like sometimes rest is and recovery is the best thing that you can do and my body responded. It was like making peace with a part of myself and just
Yes.
kind of have to forgive yourself for knowing only what you know at the time and like kind of like resolving like okay I'm never going to mistreat you again
Yes.
body and yeah it's a really beautiful thing to see people's relationship with their body even improve through this process sometimes.
That's you hit the nail on the head with that.
Yeah,
Like loving your body and loving yourself enough to put the effort in to make these changes.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What results have you seen, like physically, mentally, emotionally, and like life-wise? I'm so mad at my dog right now. She's ruining this video.
I don't
Don't
know.
get out this part.
There we go.
But yeah, if you can speak to those results.
Yeah. So definitely within even the first week, I noticed a change in like my gut, my digestion feeling. Bloating had reduced even just a little bit, but that was the first thing that I noticed. I bought a scale for this program. I did not like scales before this because I found them triggering. But I saw the number started to go down within the first 2 weeks. I think, like I said, it was 8 pounds or something crazy like that I saw, and it shocked me. I was in a real shock that, like I said, that's what my body was holding on to. Not fat, but stress. I think that was the first thing, and then my mood was the next thing to change, where my body wasn't reacting to my thoughts. And I don't know if that makes sense, but like an anxious thought in my head, my body wouldn't react that way. Like my gut feels calm, my body feels calm, and it feels calm almost all the time now, no matter what's going on upstairs. That was the next big change. And then I would say physically, the next things I did see, well, my pants were fitting a lot better. My work pants were fitting a lot better. My fat pants were now fitting like better. My shirts, my blouses, like my whole upper body has totally changed. The body composition has changed. and I've just started the building part now, and my muscles have come back. So I feel like, okay, I'm coming back. I was under there. They were there. I was still me, myself, I was still under there. And I'm starting to see it back. And like, other people have noticed, but me, myself, my upper body for sure. My shoulders, my arms, the definition is coming back. My just the way my clothes are fitting, it's okay. I'm feeling more like me again and comfortable with myself. And this is just the building phase at the very beginning of it. Like I haven't even started, the next whatever fat loss phase is gonna come. But this makes me very excited to see what more can change. And again, this is by doing less and eating more. So yeah, definitely. I think I've lost close to 15 pounds now, and I started just before the new year. And and like I've lost that amount before by restricting and over like working out like intensely, but not feeling good. This has been the total 180 where I'm eating more, I'm doing less, I'm enjoying my workouts, I look forward to doing them, and I'm seeing the same results, but I'm feeling better. So that's like the whole thing has just been a huge change. Like it's all been positive.
That's so wonderful. I was like, oh, I can mute myself to get the dog out of the picture, but that's so fantastic, Amanda. Um, so I'm just curious, like, what do you think your favorite part of the program has been so far?
um,
And
my
like,
favorite program,
oh, sorry, and like, how would that compare to like past programs or approaches you've done?
my my mindset, I think, has been the was the most important thing or the biggest change or
Like your favorite thing about the
my
program?
favorite. Oh yeah, my favorite thing. Yeah, my favorite thing has been my mood, and of course weight loss. Yes, of course my clothes fitting, but you feel good in your clothes. It comes out, in your, how you feel, how you interact with people. But I think mentally, my mood has been the my most favorite part of it. I feel motivated again. Yeah, yeah.
That is so awesome. Um, Last question, like what would you say to anyone who's maybe hesitant or hesitating to sign up?
I would say that you only get one body for life, and you have to love yourself to be your best self, and and sometimes you have to invest your some time, yes, and some money, but it's a long skill that you get out of it. And if you can't take care of yourself, it's hard to take care of others. And I know a lot of people are givers, and they everyone else and they put themselves last, but it's okay to put yourself first sometimes. You have to be true to yourself. You need to take care of yourself, and you're worth it.
Love that. Thank you so